Oh, hey, I'm just in a villainous mood this morning. I got this thing for pattern recognition, and I'm excited about what I found. I think I cracked the code of Project 2025. I'd love to hear what you and my fellow villains have to say about it. So what does this and this have in common? A conspiracy theory. The cultural Marxism conspiracy theory specifically. At your leisure, feel free to look into it. Kevin Roberts, head of the Heritage Foundation and wannabe traitor tot and revolutionary, believes in it. And what is Project 2025, if not a playbook on how to counter this? And this giant pile of one-ply toilet paper basically goes over the same things as Project 2025. The one J.D. Vance endorses. In his review, he specifically states that the authors revealed their plans to show us what to do and how to fight back. Plans that are quite literally unilateral to some aspects of Project 2025, and to the same people. It's just cranked up to 12. As Mother Joan puts it, the book is a far-right declaration of war that accuses conservatives of not understanding that the left cares only about one thing: revolution. Literally dehumanizing every aspect of anything left. And by that I mean direction, not quantity. And I would concur with Mother Jones that Vance's thumbs up to the Unhumans is an indicator of how deep his roots within the conspiratorial alt-right goes. The cultural Marxism conspiracy theory. I don't think I would have made this connection if it wasn't for this article from Mother Jones that we went over last week. In it, the author of this article goes to a Heritage Foundation event. At that meeting, they reported on what the Heritage Foundation and some of their allies and donors talk about when the masks are off. No one's looking. But in that article, I remembered one of the things they went over and was reported. That DEI is a hidden agenda of BLM, a plan of committed Marxists, nursed by international networks, dedicated to overthrow America. And of course, they tried to drag the Overton window from DEI into CRT and connect it all. And it's in all levels of schools and corporations, and everybody's against it. It's a Frankenstein's monster. Arr, man, arr. But seriously, I also remember they quoted something about a book, one they applauded by Percival Everett's, the 2001 novel Eraser. Anti-DEI book adapted into an anti-DEI movie. You know what they're doing here? They're actively applauding, dragging their belief or conspiracy theory and the Overton window with it, kicking and screaming by putting it out into media and to you. You don't believe me, huh? Let's go deeper then. This book was ghostwritten by this man, Joshua Lissick. If you look him up, you can see that he is quoted several times as saying he enjoys dragging the Overton window and taking on those kinds of projects. Now then, who is he ghostwriting for? Well, Jack Posobiec. You might recognize him. I hope you don't, because that means you travel in some pretty weird spaces. Like OANN, where he likes to drag the Overton window and push conspiracy theories sometimes. And because those who need to hear their bias echoed is drigging into the white supremacy movement. Recently, Jackie Boy here took the book to an event in DC, the National Conservatism Conference. You know, a gathering of the nationalist right wing of the Republican Party. No big deal. Oh, brought to you by the Heritage Foundation. Didn't really make the news, so I thought I'd bring it up. While there, Jackie Boy is quoted as saying, "I published a transcript of the Heritage Foundation President Kevin Roberts' speech about the Second American Revolution. You know, the bloodless one, if the left allows it." Oh, and the last guy? Steve Bannon. Do I need to say more? Now then, before we get into the book, let's just look at the title a moment. Let's do it in reverse order. Anything left, now Marxist, now unhuman. You're no longer a citizen or a fellow country person, but a threat. This is how we get lone wolf pew-pewers. Anyway, they claim that these people have been at it for 250 years. Untold stories of radical takeovers. The ones you won't hear about in books, but you'll hear it in a book. And we're in a revolution right now. Flashback.
We're in the process of the Second American Revolution, which will remain bloodless, if the left allows it to be.
In the process of darn pattern recognition. Now then, you might not know the ghostwriter, but you might remember some of their work, like Pizzagate. Mother Jones quotes him as saying that these people, i.e. left, are anti-civilization, dragging the Overton window of what many groups are to the right, or that they're unhuman. naming, of course, BLM amongst many other things. Darn pattern recognition. That these unhumans have control of chief institutions of consensus making. Let me ask you, what does Project 2025 seek to do? Seize control of chief consensus making institutions. But in the book, as cited per Mother Jones, take note that they think that big tech is in an allyship with these unhumans. What does Project 2025 want to do? Take down big tech and social media platforms like this one that I have a whole video of how they're a major player behind bringing down TikTok. Yeah, they may have removed the project manager of Project 2025, and some people might be distancing themselves from it. But don't forget, this conspiracy theory has infiltrated far-right and middle-right groups.
As they did, I'll put forth legislation on President Trump's first day in office to suspend the writ of habeas corpus. This will give President Trump the authority to arrest and imprison the treasonous officials and subversives who now occupy positions across our government.
That was Jeff Judge, running for office down in Florida. A veteran, brainwashed by the cultural Marxism conspiracy theory, which has successfully gathered up every aspect of the left, othered them, dehumanized them, and made them targets. With the Heritage Foundation and this man, Kevin Roberts, at the center of the spiderweb, the head of the most powerful right-wing think tank with millions of dollars and influence backing them. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Feel free to do any of the things or just comment. Either way, I hope it sinks in how serious this is. We've seen the damage conspiracy theories can do in the past. Now you know. And knowing is half the villainous battle. Ah, cha 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 cha.